That's why all these civilizations are ruined with no people around, because they come and murder all the people. And then leave these places hoping no one would ever discover them and ask questions about what happened here. And then the only thing that they can tell you when you ask what happened here is something about some head hunting Mayans or Olmecs or Indians. Nothing about the gods and goddesses of the planets that came here and tried to educate us, but we being stuck up barbarians, we did what we do, we murdered them. As you can see, that's a square. See, these are squares. Same type of squares you see in ancient Egypt. The problem is the wind them blew around them and made them round looking. But as you can see, they started off as squares. This is a human geometric design. So we can see that this is something that a person on earth is capable of doing. I could take you to Egypt and show you plenty of squares like this. Plenty of them. They're cornerstones. You see? This is man technology. All over any land of the earth that's been inhabited by us melanated people, we've always been sun people, always get information from the sunlight, being able to move these big stones. Forever. And never. And always will be able to. As soon as we get rid of this parasite that's holding down progress and get his sorry, greedy, stagnant ass out of the way, we'll be doing this type of great feat again. There's the light to prove it. It says it is generally conceded that these stones were much smaller than those megalithic monsters that remain. Perhaps the upper part of the walls, constructed of small, regularly shaped stones, was only part of Sacsayhuman that was built by the Incas and finished in 1508. This could explain why no one of the time of the conquest seemed to know how those mighty walls were built. See, here's the deal: the people of the conquest can't tell you what went on when they were conquesting, because they have to be admitting that they went in there and pillaged and plundered and raped and slaughtered and turned all those people into good Catholics. Always Spanish people that can tell you what happened. The Spanish conquistadors, they should know. They came over and murdered everyone and made them essays. The larger and most magnificent work which they ordered built to demonstrate their power and majesty was the fortress of Cusco, the magnitude of which is incredible to those who have not seen it, and those who have seen it look with attention. It makes them imagine. We already know that melanated people build these structures, okay? It don't matter. We're not going to act like this some hocus pocus, who did what went on type of stuff. The only person trying to push that is the white man. If he didn't do it, nobody else on the earth is capable of doing it. That's the problem with him. He wants to set everybody else intelligent down so he could reign as Mr. Superior, Mr. Smarter than everybody. But he don't ever do anything but build cultures where he violates so many universal laws that the weather always destroys him. Son gonna get him. It says, to even believe that his greatness is made by way of enchantment and was made by devils and not men, because the magnitude of so many stones of such great size, such as these, placed in 3 terraces, which is more so than stones, cause admiration and imaging how they could be cut from the quarries from which they were taken. The light ships do that. That's what happened. Those light ships can lift these heavy stones. They proved that to me by what they did with my car that night. Many of them are so fitted into the joint how it shows no think how they could fit stone. No mortar. See, this is what I mean. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Look like a black power hand, don't it? You see that? Look at that. It look like a hand holding up a ball of fist. See that? Black power. That ain't what it is, but it look like that though. That's huge right there. I mean, them is some big stones. Okay, we know who made these step pyramids right here now, don't we? So do we know who did this now? You know those staircases that lead underground. We all know that. Something underground there. Ancient Kemetic people put their stones that tight together too, where you couldn't even put a hair between them. And they didn't use any mortar either. I mean, they were so precision cut, as if using lasers. See, these is the stone structures that I was telling you guys about that the Moors were building all over this land. And the Europeans came over here and murdered us all up, destroyed our civilizations, tried to hide them all off. And just like this one right here, they're trying to say they came here and found this place vacant. But it's not true. Because if they didn't have anything to hide, they would have taught us about all these things when we went to school. What reason on God's earth do you go through school 18 years, 13 years, and never learn about these things right here? If it wasn't for YouTube popping up showing all this stuff, people could live their whole lives here and die without even knowing these structures exist. Because of them keeping us in poverty and keeping us under stupid shit where you don't have a driving license, because so much injustice to keep you stagnant and unable to educate yourself or provide for yourself. That's why the universe is going to kill them. Their crimes that they have done against humanity has been all brought into a state of consideration, and they have already been found guilty, and they are all going to be suffocated, drowned, burnt, decapitated, you name it. It's going to happen. It's going to just be getting their ass, sinkholes swallowing them up, tornadoes, you name it. The earth is tired of them and all of their destruction and the stoppage of this. This is what she and the universe want us doing. Paying homage to the elements and the geometric formations. They come out here and stagnate all this just so they can put money in the bank that they never spend and kill everybody and destroy the planet. Don't try to tell me it's not obvious to you that this was a human civilization. Okay, come on. We all know that. So there's no sense in them trying to say some aliens or somebody came. It was the melanated man and woman, the same people that was here when you came here and murdered them all and turned them into Catholics. You know who they were. They were the Moors. We all know that. The Moors left Africa from building these structures over there and came here and built them and erected them all over here in the Americas. The people that I was just telling you about that call themselves Muslims now are the people responsible for all of these dilapidated structures. When the Europeans arrived here, they found all these places all over the Americas, Peru, Argentina, South America, Belize, everywhere they went, they found us melanated people here and murdered us and killed us and enslaved us and lied to us and told us we was Mexicans, told us we was Africans brought here from Africa, told us we was everything but Moors and Muslims. And to this day turned themselves into Christians and then got a white sector of people to steal our Muslim religion from us and create diversions in our minds to make us believe that the original Muslims is those Arabs. So now every time you try to think about being a Muslim, the first thing they want you to do is believe that being a Muslim is an enemy of being an American. But just having a black face makes you an enemy of being American, because Americans know they stole this land from black people. And she also know that the black people she stole this land from was Moors, aka Muslims. And they took our religion and our land and tarnished both of them. They stole our religion from us that we practice in Africa. That's where they picked it up at, in Africa. The white man over in Africa started learning things from the black Arabs that was there teaching them things. They started having children, teaching their children false doctrines of Islam. And then they used their black children to go into the lands of black people and enslave them. So when they tell you black people sold slaves, they mean those black ass Arabs who were sons and mixtures of white and black together. It still don't make what the white man did right when he did get a hold of people. But what I'm saying to you is that these Arabs that call themselves Jews, and call themselves, the Arabs that call themselves Muslims, is what I wanted to say, has tarnished the Muslim name. And you know, it's really sad that now America got these two white Muslims, same ones I'm telling you about, and they done came over here and committed an act of terrorism. Ain't had nothing to do with no black Muslims that live here in America. But I guarantee you, all you crackers here in this country is going to be trying to frown on every black Muslim. You always frown on everybody anyway. But what I'm saying to you is this. You need to go after them white Muslims that live over there in Europe. That's a white man war between you white people. I told you I was going to make you guys kill each other. So United States and Russia is already on their way. It's getting ready to start their Christian and Muslim war with each other. I can already see it coming. The end is near. Peace and blessings. Marriott Hotel. Here we go. A bunch of lads I already know. This is Mexico. You can see the Ankh. They're showing you everything that ties. I'm just going to let you see for yourself.
2,000 years ago, a mysterious race of ancient innovators established a gleaming metropolis.
Why do they have to be mysterious?
It was a bold...
Okay, he says Mexico, but as you can see, these is pyramids. The same pyramids that you find in Egypt, okay? As you can see, the stone structures, just like synonymous with Egypt, okay? They want you to believe that these structures here was built by people who could pull these type of astronomical mathematical dimensions out of their heads to make these perfect things. I mean, you had to, excuse me, these things were just not built. They were put, they were built in reference, in relativity to constellations of stars in the sky. So they recreated on earth what they saw in heaven. But the white man wants you to believe, though they was this intelligent, they were savage headhunters. And he also wants you to believe that they built all these civilizations and then just left them. They didn't leave them. They were all murdered and enslaved. He came here with his guns and was welcomed by these people, brought him food and everything to treat him with hospitality, and he murdered them all, enslaved them all. And now you guys walk around here calling yourselves essays and Mexicans, and you've completely lost your knowledge of being the builders of these temples right here. You've completely lost your knowledge of being the same race of people that I am, because you have that white blood in you and you want to hold on to that more than you want to hold on to your unique originality that your son, universal creator, gave you. These temples was erected with information given to the people that erected it from sunlight. That's what you guys are. You are sun people. Okay? That's who you are. Understand that. All right?